Miami, it's such an electric city, just brimming with life, different cultures.
Absolutely vibrant.
But, for parents, that same energy can make choosing a kindergarten feel, well, a bit like navigating a maze.
It really can. So many choices.
Exactly. You've got everything from bilingual immersion to STEAM programs and even these really innovative models like 2-hour learning.
Right.
So our mission today really is to try and cut through some of that noise. We want to pull out the key insights from our sources to help you, the listener, understand what actually makes a great Miami kindergarten.
Sounds good. Let's get into it.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Our sources kept highlighting about 5 essential factors that parents and experts consistently look at.
Makes sense.
First up, academic approach and innovation. It's not just what kids learn, but, how. Balancing those core skills with newer methods that build critical thinking. That seems crucial for Miami's future, right?
Definitely. And then there's student-teacher ratios. Lower numbers generally mean more one-on-one time.
Crucial. And third, cultural fit and diversity. Really embracing Miami's whole multicultural vibe, maybe with flexible language options or religious instruction choices.
And you can't forget location and accessibility.
Oh, huge. Especially with Miami traffic, a very practical thing to consider.
For sure. And finally, value and resources. Basically, weighing tuition against what you actually get, enrichment, support, all that.
What's fascinating here is how these factors aren't just, generic education points. They seem to really reflect Miami's specific mix of innovation and community.
That's a great way to put it. And for kids this age, 5 or 6 years old, that personalized attention we mentioned, it's not just nice to have, it's really, really important for their growth.
Oh, so?
Well, it's about building that foundation where they feel seen, supported. It directly impacts, their social skills, their emotional development, and yeah, their academics too.
That's a really good point about personalization being so key, especially for the little ones. Okay, so to make these factors more real, let's look at how different kindergarten programs in Miami actually handle them.
Good idea.
As we went through the material, one school that kept popping up for its innovative model was Alpha School Miami. It really seems to stand out with its secular, mastery-based 2-hour learning model.
Right. Mastery-based learning. Maybe we should quickly explain that. It just means a child really needs to grasp a concept properly before they move on.
Okay.
Instead of just covering material because it's on the calendar, think of it like learning to ride a bike. You don't jump onto 2 wheels until you've truly mastered the balance with training wheels, right?
Yeah, makes sense. And the 2-hour learning.
Yeah, those are like really focused, immersive blocks. So imagine a deep dive into math for a concentrated time, then a total shift to something else. It helps keep kids engaged without getting burned out. It's more about depth understanding, not just ticking off hours.
Interesting approach. And Alpha also has an impressive 8.1 student-teacher ratio, right? Plus a strong focus on real-world problem-solving, critical thinking, and no religious or mandatory language stuff.
That's right.
Our sources suggest the tuition there is typically somewhere in the $20,000 to $28,000 range per year.
Yeah, and Alpha's approach, while interesting, is just one example of the really rich educational landscape here.
Right. What else is out there?
Well, for instance, you have public charters like Somerset Academy Bay. They offer strong academics, often quite structured, and crucially, free tuition.
But
the demand is usually super high, so getting a spot can be tough. Limited availability.
okay.
Then you've got faith-based schools like Carrollton School of the Sacred Heart, known for small classes, strong character development focus, alongside academics.
But again, there are trade-offs.
Sure. Religious requirements, naturally, and higher tuition, usually in the, say, $22,000 to $30,000 range. And then for families looking for something different, there's the child-led approach, like at Coconut Grove Montessori School.
Montessori. So that means?
Authentic Montessori is very child-directed. Kids often choose their own activities from specific materials. There might be multi-age classrooms, really fostering independence. Yeah. And they often have bilingual options, too.
Okay. Downsides?
Well, tuition is also higher there, maybe $18,000 to $25,000 typically. And it's definitely less structured than your traditional school program, which works for some kids, but not all.
Wow, that range really shows how important it is to find something that clicks with your specific child and your family values. It's not just about the curriculum, is it? It's the whole environment.
Exactly. The fit is key.
So with all this variety, parents still have those practical questions. Let's tackle some common FAQs we saw, like what are typical class sizes in Miami kindergartens?
Okay, so public schools generally average between 18 and 22 students per class.
And private?
Private schools, like Alpha Miami we mentioned, tend to keep classes much smaller, usually somewhere between 8 and 16 students. That allows for more of that individualized attention we talked about.
Right, which can be a real game changer for younger kids.
Definitely.
Okay, what about uniforms? Are they pretty standard?
Most private schools, yeah, they require uniforms. It can make mornings easier for parents, actually.
Sure.
For public schools, it varies more. Charter schools often have specific dress codes, maybe not full uniforms, but stricter than regular public schools sometimes.
Got it. And the big one, especially here, how important is bilingual education in Miami?
Ah, that's a really good question, particularly in this city. Look, bilingual education is incredibly valuable, no doubt about it. It gives kids a huge advantage.
But is it essential?
Well, our sources suggest it's not strictly essential for a child to succeed in kindergarten. Schools like Alpha Miami, for example, show that you can have excellent education with English-only instruction. They prioritize other crucial skills, critical thinking, problem solving, adaptability.
So it's more about the overall quality and fit.
Exactly. It's about finding the right environment for your child's development, whether that includes a second language focus or prioritizes other areas.
So choosing a kindergarten in Miami really boils down to balancing these innovative models, practical things like location and cost, and most importantly, your child's specific needs. It's way more than just academics.
Absolutely. The ultimate goal really is finding an environment where a child feels supported, yes, but also challenged, where they feel genuinely excited to learn. You want to nurture that natural curiosity that fuels critical thinking later on.
That's well put. Okay, final thought for our listeners. Thinking beyond just academic scores, what single skill or maybe experience gained in kindergarten do you believe will most empower a child for lifelong learning and navigating this incredibly dynamic world we live in? Something to chew on.